name's Storm. I'm a private eye. At least that's what my business cards say. I have a 2-line advert in the phone book, a 1-room office in the city, and a half pack of cigarettes in my pocket. Seems like credentials enough for most of my clients. I get paid to find things out. Sometimes I find out a little more than I want to. But what the hell? It's a job. Moves fast for a fat guy. Come in. Hi, PG.
Hi.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you very much. You've been very helpful. Thank you. Well, what can I do for you?
Well, I've been thinking about this case a lot.
You're paying me to think about this case?
Yes, but I think I can get some information.
Information about what?
Well, I see Jenny every day, and perhaps I could just ask
You know
her.
what I just found out? Jenny Gray's last boyfriend ended up with 10 broken fingers. Now, he was just a rugby player. I wouldn't like to know what her father would do to a snoop like you.
Okay, okay.
Don't make me worry about you, PG. I kind of like your hands the way they are.
Oh, thanks.
What are you doing tonight, anyway?
Well, I'm supposed to meet Jenny.
Okay, that's probably for the better. I'll talk to Jenny when the time's right. You, get out of here before I take you home with me.
I'll ring you tomorrow.
Don't get too close, Pete.
I already am.
I like it when men look at me with those puppy dog eyes. I like it when they hold me close and say fine things. But boyfriends always want to know too much. And Pete Peters was no exception. That's why we called it quits. 3 years later, Petey showed up on my doorstep again. He still had those puppy dog eyes. But this time, he was here for business. He wanted some information about Dan Gray. Now, Dan Gray wasn't much of a prize. A minor shakedown artist, as far as I could tell. But he was a challenge. He knew respectable people, and he kept clean. He bothered me. He bothered Petey, too, because he happened to be the father of Petey's new dream girl. So when Pete hired me to find out what Jenny's daddy was up to, I told him, okay, play it cool. Pete didn't play it cool, but I found out all right.
Peter, are you going to tell me what all this is about?
Well, it's our anniversary.
Anniversary? But we've only known each other for 7 weeks.
Yeah, 7 weeks is...
7 weeks?
7 weeks.
Oh. Look, what is it?
It's about your father. I'd like to meet him. Actually, I'd like to ask him to take me on.
Take you on? Daddy doesn't hire computer programmers.
I know that. I mean, I'm not as innocent as I look.
Peter, what are you talking about?
Look, I know about the protection.
There is
Listen, I know you don't want me involved. I know all that. But I can be of use. I can help. Waiter.
You have no idea.
Jenny, what's the problem?
I'm not pretending that he has a totally clean track record. And maybe he wouldn't open his books to the inland revenue. But there is no protection racket. For God's sake, Peter, what do you think my father does? Break people's fingers?
I don't know. I just hear people talking, Jenny. I have to know what's going on. I think you should level with me.
Daddy is a businessman. Do you understand that? He's a businessman.
Jenny.
Pete. Take me home.
I'll talk to you later.
Hello?
It's Jenny. Peters is asking a lot of questions.
This is Storm. I'm not in right now, but my answer phone is. You know what to do, don't you?
Annie, this is Pete. Listen, I told you I'd call and
Hello? Peters? Hello? Men had disappeared on me before. But I hadn't expected Peter to go so soon. I decided to go looking for him. After all, he still owed me 150 quid, not counting expenses.
You work too hard, Storm.
You work pretty hard yourself, Gray.
They say hard work's good for the soul.
Maybe you should work a bit harder then.
Clever girl. Maybe I should.
Where's Peters?
Peters?
Jenny's friend. My client.
Oh, yes. I believe Jenny terminated that relationship.
I see.
I don't think you have a search warrant, do you? Perhaps I should phone the police.
Don't bother. I'll ring them later.
Go home, Storm.
I can't figure you out, Gray. Your little protection racket isn't big enough to kill anyone for.
Maybe I'm expanding.
Oh, yeah?
Keen. Nice to see that kind of enthusiasm in the young. All right, so the protection is just a front. The real business, a little more delicate. Removals. Peter's got a little too close, so became part of our business.
The part Jenny takes care of. How does your daughter like all this business?
Get out.
Oh, you don't! Dan Gray wasn't a gentleman, but I figured he treated me better than he treated Petey. Didn't even break my nose. Pretty big of him, I thought. Just turned out the lights, slipped away, and left me to wake up alone in another lonely street. Looked like the case was over. When the client's dead and the villain's on the run, it's time to call the cops and walk away. But I promised Pete that I'd talk to Jenny. Sure, it was probably a trap, but I never break a promise to a dead man. Moves fast for a fat guy.
Storm,
Yeah?
working late?
Yeah. I just had a nice conversation with your father.
So did I. I'm working late too.
You like your work?
Not always. You like yours?
Sometimes. I kind of like Peachy.
So did I.
You have a funny way of showing affection.
Maybe I do. It's not what you think, Storm. I mean, most jobs are pretty easy. I didn't know the people. With Peter, well, I had to handle him a little differently. You know, Daddy wanted me to kill you next.
Do you always do what your daddy says?
No.
Jenny, I did it.
Hi, Peachy.
Annie, where's Jenny?
What did I tell you? You got too close. She's gone.
She told me. She said she wanted to go straight, but he wouldn't let her. She said she wanted me to help. She showed me the gun, told me where to hide.
Shut up, Peachy. At least no one broke your fingers. In a town this big, it happens somewhere every single night. Dan Gray dies, Jenny Gray vanishes, and Pete Peters takes a rap. Meanwhile, Annie Storm talks tough, drinks her lunch from a bottle, and pretends she just doesn't care. But what do I know? I just find things out. Someone else can explain them.